Hello, Fat Grandma here. It is Monday. It is a holiday, a federal holiday. Anyway, I'm probably going to trail off a few times today. You guys have watched my videos before, you know what I do. But I'm going to talk about my solds and then a BOLO that I want to share with you guys. I don't know how easy it will be to find this particular thing, but it's something you keep your eyes open and look for. It's definitely worth a little bit of money. Not a ton, but something to watch for. Anyway, my solds first. So the first item that sold was an LOL surprise puzzle. And this is something I picked up at a bin store months ago. Like, I don't know, back in the spring last year. So, we're coming up on a year here. It's been listed for a long time. I probably paid $1 for this because the times that I have gone to the bin stores, I've tried to go on like the cheapest day, which is also, that means there isn't going to be anything good left, but I'm not going on a day when everything is $10 and then because I've done that. And, I learned the hard way. When you go on $10 day, you might find a couple things, but then the market is flooded with whatever it is, and you end up breaking even on that item. Or that's what happened to me anyway. So, if I'm going to the bin store, I'm going on the cheap days when it's like $3 or under, and there might not be much left. But if you dig enough, sometimes you can find something. I don't go anymore, but this is back when I was trying different things, different ways of sourcing. So, anyway, this puzzle I paid $1 for, I'm pretty sure. If at the most I paid 3 for it. Um, it sold for $3.59, so there was no money made on this at all. And again, like I said in my last video, I don't do good with items that are new, or open box or whatever. It's just for whatever reason. There is something that I sold that I did okay with, but it's kind of a fluke. But we'll get to that. Anyway, it was $8.69 for the puzzle with shipping. I had it priced higher. There were a couple of others listed when I listed mine initially, and it just wasn't moving. People weren't really looking at it. Whatever. Anyway, I think I had some stuff marked down, and somebody bought this finally, so it's gone. It wasn't a huge box, but everything takes up room, so good it's out of here. So that was the first sale. The next two sales were the same item, and I sold one of these pillows in my last video. I told you guys they were a rust and cream colored plaid lumbar, like toss throw pillows. They were Target, you know, um, stuff that was all taken to these, not a bin, it wasn't a bin store, but it was like a open box auction type stuff, like Amazon reject stuff and Target and Walmart and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I got 4 pillows for $7.50 when I initially bought them, and I've each one has sold for $8.99 plus shipping. So, I anyway, the next two sales, they weren't the same buyer. I'm surprised all of a sudden I sold one of these last week and then I sold two more this week. So I don't know. We're going to rush on back lumbar pillows, I guess. Or maybe selling one of them triggered the item to show up higher when people are searching. I have no clue how eBay works. But anyway, they sold for each one sold for $8.99, and then one of them was 1781 with shipping, and the other one was 2204. Because I had calculated shipping, one of the buyers must have lived further, and so theirs was more to ship. Anyway, and I think those went priority because they weighed too much to go first class. So that's 3 items total so far. The next one was another Hallmark keepsake ornament. ornaments are still selling. It, you know, people ask if Christmas stuff's, if you start losing sales on Christmas stuff, and no. I mean, for me anyway, I haven't noticed really much difference in Christmas stuff selling since December. So, anyway, this ornament was the 2003 holiday snowflake skater. It was a Madame Alexander doll ornament, and so she sold for $6.69, and with shipping it was $13. So that was that, and I sold another Hallmark ornament. This one was Hallmark Keepsake Christmas Super Friends Lunchbox Thermos Set. And I think I showed you guys these in a video months ago when I got these Hallmark ornaments. They were a little tiny lunchbox. They were little tiny lunchbox, and you could open it, and there was little tiny thermos inside. They're super cute. And anyway, so one of those sold. It sold for $6.92, and with shipping it was $14.74. And this was actually someone who purchased from me before, and I did not realize that. I didn't notice the repeat buyer, or maybe I don't know why I didn't notice, but they mentioned it in a message to me. Um, anyway, so thank you. If you happen to be watching my YouTube videos, thank you for your purchase. And anyway, so okay, so this last item that I sold is the BOLO, and this I got in an auction lot, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of what the auction lots look like. Kind of, you know, there's a photo. It's like like a large thumbnail photo, and you're scanning through, looking at the different lots, and on the website, and looking at this photo before I clicked on it to see what was actually in it, you don't really notice anything and nothing stands out. It's just, it looks like a tote full of garbage. And, but I scrutinize sometimes. I'll go through once and look at everything, and you see stuff that catches your eye, and then I'll go through again to see if there's anything I might have missed. And this lot was one of those things. I thought, that's just a bunch of crap in a box. But I looked at the picture closer, and I could see this book. There was a book in there. And this is also the lot that William Randolph Hearst book came in. And I was mistaken in my previous video when I said that the lot was already paid for, that book came in. This book came with this other book that's the BOLO. But there's also, I'll show you guys a picture of the lot, and then I'll tell you what was in there. There was junk in there for sure. There was a couple of fake plants, little planter, fake plant things, a bottle of hand sanitizer that was half used. I mean, I'm telling you, they put random crap in these boxes at the auction. A bunch of those peppermint candies that are round. Of course, that stuff all got thrown out. I'm not using someone's already opened hand sanitizer because I don't know for sure that's what's in that bottle, So, and then there was a policeman, a plush policeman that was supposed to do stuff, but it was broken. So that got thrown away. But the two books that were in there, and then there were two other items. One was a brass elephant, which I've listed, and I'll show you guys a picture of that. It's not huge, but the trunk is up, and that means good luck, or it'll bring you good luck. So there's several listed on eBay, different types, but similar size and with the trunk up. But I priced mine, and I've had decent luck with brass items before, so I don't imagine it'll be a very long before this elephant sells. I sold a giraffe recently, brass giraffe that wasn't super big. The other item that was in there was this money frog, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. I keep it on my desk until I sell it, but This is what it looks like. It's a three-legged money frog that, you keep a coin in the mouth and then you face it. If you keep it in your house, you face it. If you put it by a window, you face it in toward the house to keep the money in the house. Um, anyway, I'm keeping it on my desk for now until it sells. Can't hurt anything to have a money frog on my desk. So, you never know. Um, anyway, so the money frog was in there, the brass elephant, that William Randolph Hearst book sold. That book paid for the lot, plus a little extra. And then this book that's the BOLO, when I saw the auction lot, I looked at it closer. There were only two photos. Or no, there was one photo of the lot. And I could see the top of the book, and I looked it up on eBay and saw that it was worth at least $100 for this one book. And so when I went to pick the lot up, the book had some severe damage. And I was like, great, I'm not gonna get any money out of this thing. And I started thinking about it. I looked through the book, and I'll show you guys some pictures of the damage. It had some kind of liquid was spilled on this thing at some point, and it was red or pink, or it was probably Kool-Aid, who knows, but or wine, I don't know. But it was, the pages were warped, and there was red liquid stain on inside back cover and on some of the pages toward the back of the book. And I took photos of all of it. I mentioned all of that in the auction, or not the auction, but in my listing. And I listed it for $50 because I thought, I should be able to get at least that out of it. There weren't any pages missing. None of them were torn. It was just warped. And it was severely warped when I first got it out of the box and brought it home. I put it between some boxes and was flattening it from the time that I brought it home. And I've probably had it for, I don't know, I had it for at least a month before I listed it. I wanted to wait until I got it flattened a little bit before I took photos, but you can still see that there's definitely some warping going on with this book. So I listed it for $50, and I ran a coupon for 15% off of everything in my store that's over $19. And so someone bought it, paid $42.50 plus shipping, so it was $47.33 with the shipping. Anyway, this book, and there's several others that are by the same author, and they all have to do with fashion from like the medieval time period is one of them, and that's the one that I had, was from 1560 to 1620. That particular book is worth over $100. There are a lot of them listed, but there's a variety of books that are all from the same author that all kind of go for high dollar. And again, this is profit for me. And, the lot, let's see, what did I pay for this lot? I had it pulled up. I paid $7 for that box, that lot full of junk, basically. I paid $7 for it. The William Randolph Hearst catalog paid for the lot plus some extra. And, then I still have the elephant, and I have the money frog, and this book sold. So, I that lot was definitely worth the $7 I paid for it. And so yeah, keep your eyes open for these Patterns of Fashion books by Janet Arnold, and they're larger too. They're about 15 inches wide, I think, and I can't remember how many inches tall, but it's a little bit larger than normal book, and it's landscape orientation. All of them that I've seen anyway of hers, the photos. And again, there's a lot of them listed on eBay. Not a ton, but there's a lot, quite a few. But the sell-through rate is really good on these books. So if you price it right, if you find one and you price it right, it doesn't, I had 4 people watching this book within just a few days. And as soon as I put that coupon out there, somebody snagged it. It didn't take any time at all. So they do sell. So anyway, I thought I would share that. I think that's it as far as my sales go. I don't think there was anything else that I was going to tell you guys about. I am picking up some auction stuff today, and it's just, I'll show you guys a photo of the lot. Again, it's just a box of Christmas decorations. It looks like just a bunch of ornaments, but I'm going to use them. I'm going to go through, and if there's any that are worth anything, I'll list those individually, but I'm going to use these as filler for the junk boxes that I'm going to be doing. So, um, you know, they'll just, a few ornaments will get thrown into the junk boxes when I put them together. So I'll share a photo of that. And then I guess that's it for my resale stuff and my eBay, you know. As far as my health stuff goes, I mentioned in the last video that I wasn't thrilled with my doctor, and I did not get, I don't know, I saw him this morning. I didn't realize that my appointment was going to be in a week, less than a week from the last video that I made. So I saw him this morning, and after talking to the nurse that I see prior to my doctor coming in, the things that I was experiencing after my injection were fairly normal, and I told him this morning when I woke up, the right side of my back, the injection I thought was on the left side. Apparently, it was toward the left side, but it was closer to the center. Is where he did the injection. He showed me there's a skeleton thing in his office that's just like the torso, you know. And he showed me on there on the spine thing where the injection was. I'm going to be getting another one. I figured, you know, what do I have to lose? He didn't really give me an answer as to why he only did one injection. I don't know. You know, I was really tired this morning. I just didn't have it in me to argue or be bitchy or whatever. It's not going to do any good to complain or bitch about it. You know, he did say that the symptoms that I'm having on the right side of my back, he said what happens, and I don't know if I'm going to explain this right, sometimes is your brain will block some pain, you know, naturally. And so because the injection was done toward the center, in the center, but kind of toward the left just a little bit, the stuff on the right hand side now is, I'm more aware of it because the cortisone shot may be working on the left, so my brain isn't having to filter that pain anymore. So now it's more aware of the pain on the right hand side. I don't know if that's going to make any sense or not. It kind of did to me at the moment, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go in. He asked me if I wanted to do another shot and another injection. I was like, you know, I might as well see if it does any good, you know. So this one's gonna be on the right side, and we'll see how that goes, you know. So who knows? Anyway, that's it for my doctor stuff, and I told you about the BOLO and my sales. I think that's it. I hope you guys are having a good January. We're halfway through, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.